Yes.
Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
From the land of lemons, magic, and neighbors who still wave, it's Voices of the Valley. Join hosts Jim and John as they shine a spotlight on local businesses, city council news, community events, and all the colorful characters that make the Santa Clara River Valley feel like home. From Santa Paula to Fillmore and Peru, this is your hometown podcast, Voices of the Valley.
All right, I know. Go ahead and say it.
What episode are we on?
We're well beyond episode 5.
I'm like, what is
November.
And we're still in November.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're probably like on episode 11
This
or
is like Groundhog Day.
I know.
Oh, just keep going back to the
That's
same
it.
day.
Welcome to Voices of the Valley, episode 5, November 20.
Let's go 5-10 or whatever it is. Just keep adding to it.
I know. There's just way too much stuff going on.
Yeah, you got a lot on your plate right now.
Yeah. So January is my no month.
So we've been talking about that.
Yep.
That it's okay to say no.
And okay, so I did say no on something.
What was that?
I've still kind of took on a couple of things, but there's a new short film that's being made by one of the parties that entered into the film festival.
Nice.
And they had reached out to me about participating in the production of that film.
Actual filming or just
the actual filming?
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so I said no.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't quite say no. What I said is, look, there's a lot going on right now. I will be happy to act as a producer by allowing you to use some of the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that capacity, I'm not sure what else I can do.
Maybe just help them with editing or whatever.
No, I think they have an editor.
Oh, do they?
So since because there was some time delays because of some things that were going on.
Yeah.
They found a DP, they found an editor. And so, but I offered them equipment, and so they were very grateful for that.
Nice.
But so I didn't commit myself, which in December when it was first brought up, I was
gung ho to do it. Right?
fully willing to say, "Hey, do you need a DP?"
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been a mistake.
For those that don't know, what's a DP?
Daily prayer.
Okay. For those that are in the religious world, okay, in the film world, what is that?
It is a director of photography.
There you go.
The cinematographer.
Yep. Okay.
And no, I think the next one I do is going to be the one I want to do.
Which is?
It is called OMG.
Okay.
And it is it's kind of a Groundhog Day kind of thing. But it's about a kid who he's a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
and he keeps making really poor choices, and these choices have dramatic impacts on his life. And the whole concept is that God has this plan for you, but because of free will, you keep mucking it up, and so God decides he's going to take on this project. And he resets everything that this kid does. So in the first episode, he dies like 4 or 5 times. And then finally he makes the right choice and he lives to see another day. But ultimately, he continues to make poor choices. So God finally says, okay, you're on your own now. And so the kid got accustomed to his life being reset every time he did something wrong.
As the same person.
Okay.
Mm.
As he's doing stuff wrong, he was accustomed to God resetting, and this time God didn't show up to reset, and now he's faced to live with the choice that he made. And that's kind of that turning moment where he finally is like, okay, oh my gosh, I'm going to repent.
Yeah.
And then God comes back and then that's kind of the turning point. And ultimately you find out that this kid was destined to cure cancer.
Wow.
And so the ending, spoiler alert, because you're not going to remember by the time I actually get this thing done anyways.
Yeah.
The ending is going to be he is surrounded by his family on his deathbed. And on the end table, you see a Time magazine that says Dr. So-and-so cures cancer. And so he's well into his, elderly life. And all of a sudden, God comes into the room and says, it's time, and takes him by the hand, and they walk out of the room. And now he's back to that teenage boy again as they're walking down the hallway into the light. And that's the end of the movie.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the inspiration, my second son, Jacob, who was notorious for making really stupid choices. And those choices, for a little while, which he was surprised by it, ended up affecting what he wanted to do. Because he wanted to be a police officer. He wanted to, be a driver, whatever.
Yeah.
And all these things kept coming back saying, nope, can't do it. You got too many violations, too many, whatevers. And so we've all experienced this where you go through life and you're like, man, I wish I could take that 5 seconds back because I lost my finger over doing something stupid, and if I could just go back 5 seconds.
Or just some decision.
Be more careful
as a young person, not really knowing what's what. And,
well, even as an old person.
Well, you look back. Well, yeah, we all make questionable decisions.
Yeah.
But
it's like you fall down the stairs because you're not paying close attention, and you're like, man, I wish I could get those 5 seconds back.
Yeah. And some things are instant. Some things hurt you down the line. It just depends. And
yeah,
it's hard nowadays to make good choices.
It is.
There's a lot of things in front of you that can cause people to make not the best choice.
No, and it is so. I've always said that it is so much easier to be bad than it is to be good.
True. That's true.
I think it takes a lot more work and a lot more effort to
try and do the right thing.
A jackass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. You're right. Yours.
To do the right thing.
Yeah, it's much easier to be a jackass.
It's easy to be a jackass.
Yeah.
It's just you don't want to do that all the time, but
no.
But yeah, it's hard. In anything that goes on nowadays, you try and do the right thing, and the fact that people still try and tear you down, even though you're trying to do the right thing too. And so it makes you question what decisions you make, because you're thinking about what's the consequences on certain ends. Maybe not directly affecting you, but it's like, well, how's that going to affect my business? How's that going to affect people's perception of me? All these things. And so even though your heart goes in one direction, but you have to kind of settle on something else just to calm the masses.
Well, yeah. And, you sit there and you're trying to be the best person you can be. You're trying to do right by the community. You're trying to do right by your family. And then you get, somebody who is just an absolute turd and they crap all over it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it starts making you think, okay, well, why am I doing this? If people don't appreciate it or don't care, why am I putting myself out there?
Yeah, that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
it kind of hardens you.
Mm-hmm.
And so you withdraw, you become somewhat of a somewhat guarded.
Yeah.
And
you're not the person you want to be.
No. Yeah. And then people are quick to go, oh, what's the matter with you? Why aren't you, you used to be so nice and now you're like this. And it's like, well, guess what? You turned me that way.
No, I've experienced that. I'm sure you have too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I'm experiencing that right now in the magic community. And it's just like, all I'm trying to do is do the right, I've never been about greed. If I was greedy, I would still be a millionaire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wouldn't be living hand to mouth. I wouldn't be struggling every day, every hour of my life to provide for my family.
Yeah.
I'd be a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times when dealing with people and hearing different things and stuff like that I say, I should have just kept the money. Why am I doing this?
But you were trying to do what was best for the community.
Yeah.
For you and for whatever.
Well, in the arts and, and all that kind of stuff.
Build all that up. Yeah.
And so So it's tough because in December I started to feel myself becoming more like, screw it, I'm just going to look out for me. And that was never who I was.
Exactly. No.
No. And
so it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
You struggle with that.
Yeah.
All the time.
And the fact that, I said, okay, during the month of January, I need to say no. It's purely to be able to just kind of pick up. Mm-hmm. I have so many pieces. I mean, you go out through this place, mm-hmm. and there's so many projects that are in motion that mm-hmm. it's like a bomb went off because I work on this a little bit, then I go down and I start this one, and then I go over here and I start that one, and then
you have like 100 different projects here.
Yeah. And so it's like, no, you know what? During the month of January, I need to focus and I need to get those projects done.
Yeah.
And I need to look out for my health, because if I'm not in a right place and if I'm not feeling healthy, then I'm no good to anybody.
Yeah. And that's how I felt earlier this past year.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get healthy. I still have my moments here and there, but I haven't been healthy in 2 years,
Oh yeah.
And it's physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And I'm better at it, health wise, physically, I'm getting better, but mentally it's tough. You fight it all the time.
Yeah.
I had a conversation this morning with a friend of mine that runs another organization, and she's having some challenges trying to get through the same thing that I went through. And it's just like, she's contemplating leaving the organization, doesn't want to, but it's just for her own mental stability,
right.
and I totally understood what she was saying. It's just like, it's okay to step aside. It is, or say no. You don't have to do, but we care so much about our communities. It's hard to say no,
So because we're streaming on the city website, I am going to pass on saying what I wanted to say about a certain group. But when we're not, I will be very free to do this. But there's an organization, there's a company that is so incredibly greedy and is causing so much harm and stress to a population of people. And in a meeting, this guy was just an absolute jerk. The word turd. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this guy,
the cover boy,
is the whole, like
the whole turd,
the whole plant.
Is that a county event meeting?
No.
Local?
No, it's local.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so it's
a few turds
all,
in here.
Yeah, I know. It's all about greed.
Oh, yeah.
And it's disgusting. And so I started, looking at it, and it's like, we are, I felt like going up to this guy and saying, hey, dude, do you realize you could drop dead tomorrow? There's like no guarantee. And you're an absolute jackass. And you are inflicting a tremendous amount of pain and harm on a population of people. Mm-hmm. What the hell are you doing? Yeah. It's like, this isn't coming with you. So no matter what you do, and no matter how much you try to gain wealth, it's not coming with you. And the way you're living your life, I'm banking on the fact that you probably don't have a lot of more years ahead of you, because.
And it doesn't matter the amount of wealth you have. The people aren't going to remember you for your wealth.
No.
They're going to remember for who you are and how you treat
their family might be appreciative of it because they're probably built from the same cloth.
But still, they're going to say, well, this person, oh yeah, this relative, he was a jerk, but yet he left us a lot of money,
Yeah,
but
thank you.
But that's what they're going to remember him for.
Yeah.
So
it's like, I have a friend of mine who has a lot of money, mm-hmm. and he squanders it. He saves it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it's your money. You earned it. You worked hard for it. Enjoy a little bit of it. Yeah, granted, okay, you don't want to be a millionaire for 40 days like me. I get that. Mm-hmm. You want to be able to live comfortable for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. But you can do that and still enjoy the life that you have, because you're at the tail end of your life.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's and that's what I'm looking at. It's like okay, so we're both 60 now. We have what, maybe 10, 15 good years,
work years.
Yeah, as far as, still being sharp
Yep.
and everything, and still being able to move.
Mhm.
I mean, I see some, 70, mid 70-year-olds that are still very functional and move.
Can you
And
imagine
are
us
still,
at 80 years old doing a podcast?
I know that would be
The
cool.
stuff we could say and not
That would
care.
be cool. Yeah, because we could just be like, "What?" I said, "What?"
You go off this tangent like some senior citizens do, and
Yeah.
you're gonna say exactly what's on your mind. You're not gonna worry about what anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
So
But it's just like, how many 80-year-olds do you see that are that still have a tremendous amount of energy and are go?
I know a small handful of them.
Yeah, I do too, but majority of them. I mean, I know a lot of 70-year-olds that look like they're on death's door.
Oh yeah. Well, even in the 60s, you see how many people now are in their 60s and they're dying off, and it's just like, what happened?
Yeah.
And so it's we've had that conversation in our household about getting healthier, and then because you too, you have grandkids now, you want to see them grow up,
Right.
So it's like, but if you don't take care of yourself, then what good are you to the family?
Right.
So and it's about quality of life. I had that discussion with my friend this morning. It's just like, at this point, because she's older and stuff, and I go, it's quality of life. If you're comfortable where you're at financially, everything's good, you should enjoy what you're doing.
Right.
Not be stressed all the time, and don't let people jack with you, and just, because it's not going to get better if you're still involved with these people,
Right.
So if you're able to leave and do that, it's about quality of life now, start enjoying it, because you're right. We're on the tail end of our work careers.
Yeah.
So why are we going to go through all the bits? Because you always got these up and comers that think they know more than anybody, and they know how to run everything and stuff, and they want to dictate what goes on, and they don't want to listen to anybody else, so they expect everybody else to fall in line. Well, that's not the best thing either.
Right.
So do you want to be part of that? I don't. So I want to be there where people appreciate and enjoy and what I do, and they want to work together and make it better, make everything good. You want to surround yourself with good people.
Yeah, and people forget, because there's somebody that I know that sold a business for a lot of money, is doing incredibly well, and they were talking with somebody, and the person was kind of downplaying their advice, and so he looks at me and he's like, "So I suppose my 40 plus years in business and making millions of dollars doesn't contribute or doesn't amount to anything, as far as maybe that I know what the heck I'm talking about." And it's like, not to some of these young whippersnappers.
No,
it's like
these 30, 40, even early 50s people that they think they know everything because they got their degrees and all that stuff. And it's just like, life experience is what really it's about nowadays. You can have all the degrees and show you're smart on paper, but if you don't have the smarts out in the world, then you're never going to be that as successful as you hope to be.
I've met some pretty dumb educated people.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? I have a master's degree in this and this, and I'm like, but you can't even function in society.
Yeah, I know.
So what's the deal? You
Yeah.
know, and I was watching something on the news yesterday, how this next generation is moving more into the trade industry, which is great for our society. They're not worried about the bachelor's degrees, these big degrees or whatever. They want to get out in the working world and make a difference in their communities. And so it's really good to see, the colleges here have that program now where they do a lot more programs like that, where they can do their trade jobs and stuff.
Right.
And we need that. We need that right now, because I think we get in this gap of about 20 years where it was all about your degree before anybody even look at you.
Right.
Well, where did that take us?
Yeah.
But now I think, and back,
you got to have some Indians.
Yeah,
you can't. You can't have all chiefs.
No, everybody wants to be a chief nowadays, and it's like,
yeah,
I get it, but sometimes you got to roll up your sleeves and do things, And I was happy to see that report. I was like, God, that is so cool that people are giving them the opportunity. And you see that here in town, in the colleges, community colleges here too. They're giving these people an opportunity, these youngsters, to learn a trade that they'll always have with them, even if they end up going and getting a degree somewhere else. But they're always going to know how to do certain trades, carpentry or whatever.
Right.
It was one I was watching. They were doing somebody was airplane mechanics for like the smaller airplanes. And it was a high school in LA. And they had this cohort of kids, and they were dismantling and building their planes and becoming pilots. So they knew exactly what they were. But that's a demand trade.
Yeah.
I was like, that is so cool that they have that opportunity for them.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to need people that can fix our flying cars.
Well, yeah, I got to do that. But, even to somebody that's a plumber, a carpenter, any of those trades, you got to know how to do that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube can
only make a really good living.
Oh, I think they make more per hour than we do.
Yeah.
I mean, they're walking in the door for $200 and they haven't even looked at anything yet, and I'm like, wow, okay, so, but, you learn this trade and that's always going to carry you forever. I mean, you can look it up on YouTube, but you only learn so much.
Yeah.
But if you learn
Jack of all trades, expert of none.
Well, I mean, how many different things do you know?
Well, let's see. I can do everything from installing a light bulb to changing, replacing your toilet to,
yeah.
The only thing I can't do is fix your engine.
Yeah, that's not my department.
Yeah.
When it comes to motors and stuff like that, I can do plumbing. I can do some carpentry. I'm doing painting right now. So,
yeah.
But I mean, I've learned those skills over the years, and if I don't know it, then I'll look at YouTube, whatever. But
right.
I need to know it, because if not, it'd be paying a fortune to get people to come in and do that. So right. I'm like, God, when I finished painting, I was like, man, I should be a painter. I can make some cash here, doing that. I'm like, nah, it's not for me for a career. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm glad to see that we're kind of leaning more towards some trade stuff, because we're going to need that, And everybody say AI is taking over all these jobs, but AI is not going to be able to fix your plumbing.
No. And it's not going to be able to paint your walls.
No.
Well, I stand corrected. You could probably put a robot in there and
just, whatever. But it's not going to be the same, Yeah. But
yeah, the one thing AI is never going to be able to do is have a conscience.
At least not anytime soon.
No.
So
it's not going to operate with any kind of a conscience. It's going to be pure fact. It's the epitome of the people that I know that are like, it's just business. It's like, no, it's not business. It's not just business. It's personal.
Yeah.
You're affecting somebody's life personally. It goes beyond, It's just business.
Yeah.
And that to me is what AI is. It's just analytics. It's just intelligence.
And there's a way to use that will enhance what the workforce does, not take away from it.
Right.
And it's just right now, because it's new, it's the new shiny nickel. So everybody's, oh yeah, that's what we got to do, and we all use it too.
That Terminator is coming around the corner. I'm telling you.
You see on the CES show in Vegas, and it's all about robots, and they're all dancing and doing all kinds of stuff. I saw that in the news yesterday. I was like, oh shoot, they're coming.
Please tell me they're not dressed with feathers and thongs and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I only saw the news, so they weren't going to show any of that stuff. But it's Vegas, remember?
Yeah.
That, Can you imagine a robot in a strip club?
Yeah.
And there's other robots on the table flipping dollars.
Would they flip dollars, or would they be flipping like memory chips or something?
I would bet memory chips. Yeah, here, let me give you this nice memory chip.
Yeah.
But
here's a 128 gigabyte chip. Ooh, I'll give you a lap dance for that one.
There you go. Here you go. That's a great movie.
There you go.
You need to think about that about your next movie. The World of Robots, and it could be like a kind of a comedy.
The whole town
is
just different. All made up of robots. Yeah. There's no live human beings in this town at all.
Yeah, there's a bar. They go in there, grab a drink, a little bit of oil or something to lubricate themselves, and
Yeah.
You got to think of it. That might be a good.
That might be onto something there.
Good little short that we can do. Yeah. There you go.
That could be funny.
Fictitious town. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, keep that on the back burner.
All right, I'll talk to Doug about it and see if
I want to be part of that. I want to be a producer or something or whatever on that.
That would be funny. Going to a strip club, and
because you're actually you're embracing it, but you're also kind of mocking it too, a little making fun of it. The whole thing. But who knows in 10, 20 years what's going to happen? You know? So you never know.
It's like, yeah, you go to a diner and they're not serving any food. And so it's like, what's the deal? What are they going to eat?
You see, back in the days when they was it like the Jetsons?
Yeah.
Where you push a button and a meal comes out or something comes out and that's it. You don't see anybody. That's your
Yep.
thing, you know? So
yeah, but they wouldn't eat. So they would have diners with just robots sitting in it.
Rosie the robot, remember from Jetsons?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the maid.
Yep.
That'd be awesome. Imagine
right.
that.
I
Anyway,
think-
we're off the rails
All
here.
right. I think
Yeah.
we got something.
Yeah.
Somebody else has already taken it.
Oh, we'll
So.
figure it out. So, Anyway,
But
yeah, we went way off the other end.
With that one?
This discussion.
Yeah.
It's okay.
well, it's AI. That's where it's going.
It's true. We should do some.
And hey, you got that nice look at that
Yeah, this is
segment
impressive.
contributor, Tim Eubanks.
That's impressive.
So we got to get Tim on there. And sponsored by Athens Services.
Yes, appreciate that too.
Yeah.
So, we need to get Tim in here live in the
Yeah.
studio. So have a conversation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm sure he would have a lot to say about some of the stuff we were talking about.
well, and then the fact if we go in that direction we're thinking of going in, then all bets are off. Right?
Yeah.
Say whatever you need to say.
So we'll all be blacklisted.
But the ratings will be great. People will be like, "Did you hear what they said?" Yeah,
I know. Yeah, we'll get
How many of those podcasts? Like, what's the number one podcast that's out there? And it's all just it's controversial.
Yeah.
They always talk about stuff, and that's what people are into, which is crazy.
I know there's absolutely nothing feel good ever succeeds or wins, which is basically what we were talking about. It's easier to be a jackass than it is to be
Yeah.
decent.
Yeah, there was something during COVID where one of the actors, and I forgot his name, he was doing the Feel Good News or something like a podcast, and it was all about good things because there was so much negativity.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, yeah, those are some good segments. Oh,
Oh
we got cut off.
yeah, we got a little blackout
We
there
got
for a second.
blacklisted there for a minute.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh crap.
Somebody pulled the plug.
AI, yeah.
Yeah. But
Somebody,
anyway,
somebody
so
cut our internet.
we got some ideas for some
we
movies.
do.
Some
We
films,
do. And it's like, okay, so ready, let's have a feel good segment.
Okay, what's the Feel Good segment? Give me one.
And that concludes our feel good segment for today. And now off to the events.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk about all the bad things.
Yeah, I know.
No,
So
there's a lot more good things out there. It's just that they sensationalize the bad things.
I will tell you one thing that I am very grateful for.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people that are in marriages where their wives are incredibly demanding about certain aspects. And for me to be able to go off and do the things that I'm doing, it takes a really special person to allow that to happen, because there are not a lot of people that would tolerate what I do.
Mhm.
And the fact that I do it and we struggle. If I was bringing in tons of cash and she could go shopping every day, I'm sure everything would be peach keen.
Pool boy, everything. So
Yeah.
you just keep working.
Yeah, I'm
Keep
sure,
working, Jim.
yeah.
Just keep going.
It's like,
Yeah.
what do you mean you're coming home early?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I need another hour. Jose.
Yeah. Julie is so selfless in the sense that
Mhm.
she allows me the opportunity to chase my dream
Mhm.
and to focus on the magic and everything else. And to, the only thing that her only complaint is that I should be more happy. That is her only complaint, because I'm doing what I love to do, and that should make me more happy than what I actually display to her.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. You love what you do, but and it's just because I don't know. It's that you're trying.
It's
to
the
please
struggle.
everybody.
It's if the money wasn't such a struggle, I would be probably incredibly. So my biggest downfall. So I'm going to be very public about this and share. So judge me if you want. My biggest downfall is I put too much value on success with money.
Which we shouldn't.
No, I totally tie success to money. So even though there's a lot of people out there that are going, oh my gosh, you're living the dream, you're doing what I would love to be able to do, and they look at me as being successful, I measure it as I'm not successful because I'm struggling.
I don't have that big savings account sitting there, that money. And I get it. That's usually how everybody measures themselves.
Yeah.
But it comes to a point is like we're never going to get rich. We know that. We're never going to be rich.
I was for 40 days.
Yeah, for 40 days. But so you had a taste.
I did.
But really, I mean, I look at it we just got to live comfortably, and enjoy what we're doing.
That's what I want. I don't need to be a millionaire again. I just want to know that I can live. If I want to go on a vacation, I can go on a vacation. If I need to buy a new car, I can buy a new car. If, I don't want to be worrying about, gee, are we going to keep the house this month or, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's so yeah, I get it. My parents lived through that with holding a business and worrying about how the house is going to get paid. And it was a month-to-month thing, and there's always a struggle and stuff. And so I get it. I totally get it. Yep. So I don't there's no answer to it, really. I mean, are you going to get a lot of money? Who knows? You don't know. And
I keep telling myself I was a millionaire once, I can be a millionaire again.
Yes, you can. Mm-hmm.
So
it's evaluating everything. That's one thing this year I want to do. I want to evaluate everything that we do through our household and get rid of the garbage that we don't need and live a little more simpler.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that'll help build, like if everybody has like 4 or 5 different services like the Netflixes and all that stuff. It's like, do you really need to have all of them?
Right.
Or maybe you simplify it, phone service. Everybody's got a phone, and it's like you have the big plan. Maybe you pull back the plan a little bit. Those little bits you save might make a difference.
Right.
That's what I'm going to look at this year. It's like I'm going to start cutting things back, and maybe that'll help. So, because I already know how much money I'm going to make. I already kind of have a ballpark idea. Is that enough? No, not enough. But what can I do to offset that? I can at least streamline a little.
Right.
Be a little more frugal.
And we need to be a little bit more creative in how we earn money,
exactly.
Which we'll be able to do with our new we don't have it here. It's Voices of the Valley podcast, but it's Santa Clara River Valley Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
So that could open up some opportunities and some doors and
sponsors and bring some money in. And just make it
and better the community.
Yeah, grow the community, have more fun in our community. We need to bring stuff that people can enjoy.
Yep.
And how do you do that? Get people outside, do things, and just. It's not all about just sitting there in an office or whatever. Just let's go out and have some fun.
Right.
Interact with people.
Yeah.
We don't have enough of that anywhere in the county. We don't.
No.
Really
people interact through phones, and it's time to get back to what a community is meant to be, and that's to be engaged.
There you go. Engaged.
So
that's the word.
And with that,
let's get engaged.
We're gonna get engaged. Will you engage me?
Everybody's going to get engaged.
Okay.
We'll engage you. Okay.
We're going to have a mass engagement.
That'd be cool to do that at one of the events. Okay, everybody's going to be engaged tonight.
Everybody get on one knee.
There you go. Put the promise out there.
You promise to, you are going to get engaged to your community.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me.
All right. Well, this is Voices of the Valley first episode of 2026.
5.10 or 5.1. Who knows?
Yeah. I'll get it fixed.
Okay.
So who cares?
We're here.
Anyways, thank you all for listening. We will be back next week with another episode of Therapy with Jim.
Exactly.
Stay safe.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.